There's an old Christian song that says, "This world's not my home, I'm just passing through." Are you sure? There's this idea among Christians that this whole world is just going to burn up and it's all going to go away someday, so this world doesn't really matter. Really? According to the Bible, your hope is far more than that. Your hope is far more than going to heaven when you die. I'm John Whittaker, and this is the 5-Minute Bible Study. Why don't you go ahead and click subscribe right now, and let's jump into what we got going in this study today. In our last video, we looked at Romans chapter 8, and we were really wrestling with the idea of, will God ever let us down? And in the context of Romans 8, one of the verses says that the whole world, creation itself, is looking forward to its day of liberation, its day of freedom from its bondage to decay. What in the world is that all about? Well, that has a lot to do with our future. Let me read you this passage from 2 Peter chapter 3. 2 Peter 3:11 says this. It says, "According to God's promise, we're looking forward to a new heavens and a new earth in which righteousness dwells." God's promised this idea of a new heavens and a new earth. What's Peter referring to? Well, Peter's probably referring to a passage like Isaiah 65:17, where this idea of a new heavens and new earth first shows up. And notice what he says we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to a new heavens. What does that refer to? Well, the word heaven in the Bible can refer to the place where God dwells, God's space, but it also can refer to the sky. It can refer to our solar system and outer space. It can refer to the universe and where all the stars and the galaxies are, and that's what it means here. We're looking forward to a new universe. And not only that, he says, we're also looking forward to a new earth. A new earth. Yes, God is going to live with his people forever. But guess what? It's not going to be out in heaven. It's going to be here in this world. In fact, in the book of Revelation, it pictures God's space, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven to earth and heaven being one again, and God dwelling with his people on this planet, in this world, in a renewed, restored, recreated world where everything works right again, where righteousness dwells, where justice dwells, where things have been made right and all the wrongs are removed, where love and justice, peace and joy and harmony prevail on earth between people and nature, between people and God on a renewed earth. That's our hope. Now, why does that matter? Well, one of the reasons that matters is because that's far more down to earth and far more concrete than just going to heaven when you die. I don't know about you. I don't know how to picture going to heaven when I die. I don't know what it looks like. Don't even know quite how to imagine that. But an earth, a perfect earth, like a Garden of Eden on steroids, like a world reborn where everything works the way God intended it, and God comes to dwell with us, and we live here in a beautiful, restored, perfect earth. I can picture that, and that can drive my Christian living now. In fact, Peter here in this passage actually says, since this is going to happen, since this old earth is going to be replaced with a brand new earth, he says, what sort of people ought we to be in holiness and godliness of conduct? That hope is meant to drive our life, and a new earth gives more fuel, more power to that. And not only that, it means what happens in this world and what we do in this world matters. I know of one particular Christian fellow who's been living in his truck because this whole world's going to burn up. Why enjoy creation? Why enjoy the beauty of creation? Why invest in a house? Why spend money on clothes? It's all going to burn up anyhow. But that's not true. Our hope is more than heaven, and this world matters, and caring for creation and what we do on this world and how we use our resources, it matters. Why? Because God cares about planet Earth, and your hope is more than heaven when you die. So if you're a Christian, will you go to heaven when you die? Well, yes. Yes, you will go to heaven when you die. It's just that that's not the end of your story. There's more to come. Your final destination, your great hope, is a new heavens and a new earth in which righteousness dwells. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If this is something that looks like it would be helpful to you on a regular basis, I release new videos every Thursday, so go ahead and click subscribe. Click that little bell icon so that you'll get notified every time a new video is released. Also, you can check out more teaching from me on my podcast. It's called the Bible and Life Podcast, and you can listen to that on iTunes or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. Thanks for joining me on the 5-Minute Bible Study.